my channel, and today is the final part of the lightning speed draw. Woo! I'm pretty sure you guys are sick of seeing this, I'm sure. Yeah, this piece has taken me a really long time to complete, and I didn't even do a background in this one. I did a background for my other one, which you'll see later on. But I just didn't really feel like doing a background for this, so it's basically a gradient. But I think it still works because her outfit's quite detailed and things, so not nearly as detailed as her other two outfits, I don't think. But yeah, you'll see what I mean at the end. Let me know if you love it. But in the meantime, we are pretty much finishing this off. So as you can see, I'm doing my usual. Here's the Google image search, which is basically my friend, and it should be your friend too. And yeah, so we're doing the side armor piece. I don't know what you call it, the shoulder armor. Oh, I just realized I'm missing a piece. Oh dear, I'm gonna have to go fix it up. That's right. If you wonder what piece I'm missing out on, it's actually the bit that comes off that armor piece, and I've only just noticed, which is odd because I stare at those images quite a lot. That's right. So I'm missing that, but that's right. So today we're just working on, we're going to change a few colors, and then we're just going to get the finishing touches as well as finishing off her coat, which I can tell you now was quite painful to do. And you'll see why later on, I guess. But yeah, I'm really happy with the finished product. After all, it's done. And I really like the colors that I ended up with. Although not exactly like the color scheme, they kind of still have those pastel hues that I really liked. And I bring in some of those colors into the end. You'll see what I mean. Yeah, so I'm not gonna lie, this is quite finicky. I was definitely procrastinating while I was doing this. I was like, how can I avoid finishing off the piece by doing everything else I can possibly think of? But I enjoyed this piece. I probably won't do the third lightning one for quite a while because I've got some other things I want to do as well, but they will be a series at the end. So I've done lightning from Final Fantasy 13-2, and I really want to do her from 13-3. And then make like some posters out of it or something. I don't know, if you guys want to buy them as prints or something, let me know, because I'd be happy to sell them, obviously. Yeah, so what has been going on this week? I haven't talked to you guys since Saturday. Yeah, that's true. What have I been up to? I have been flat tech busy. Work has been it's been on and off. It hasn't been too bad. It's been pretty steady. Yesterday I went for a skate, and if you don't know I'm a figure skater, you can see some of my figure skating, my awful figure skating, in some of my earlier videos. But last night, yeah, I had my skating practice as usual, and I threw myself at the ice as usual, doing some crazy moves that I can't do, but I'm still attempting. And I'm so close to getting my axle, and I'd be really happy to land it, but you need sometime soon, but maybe still a wee way off, I guess. Who knows? You might even see an axle in my next routine. I would be so happy to show you guys that. But anyways, that's one of the things I got up to this week so far. I mean, it's only Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. I guess it's kind of the end of the week, though. I had coffee with my Nana and Granddad this morning. That was really nice. They were up from Central Otago, which is closer to Invercargill, which is where I'm from. I currently live in Christchurch, so it was really nice. They were up in Nelson, which is even further up north than I am, for something, and they just kind of joined the rounds. They were seeing my cousins and things. Yeah, and they came to see me this morning, which was really, really nice. And I was a wee bit late to work, but I still got heaps done, which was really good. It was a good, productive day. Not gonna lie though, I have not been feeling well today. Last night I could not be bothered cooking after my skate as usual, and it's payday, so I had satay chicken from Noodle Canteen, and I think because my diet's been really good recently, I eat a lot of veggies and protein, because I'm trying to, not eat too many carbs and things. And yeah, it really upset my stomach. There must be just a heap of fat content, and having that for dinner last night and lunch today, huge servings, by the way, really did something to my stomach. So I'm not a happy camper. Happy camper. But that's fine. It's all settled down now. So I was not in the mood to do this video, but I just sort of listened to some music, got my voice ready, did some singing. That usually helps. I'm not gonna lie, that's how I get into the mood to do these kinds of things. So I listened to some new music actually. What did I listen to? Something new. Who knows? Today at work I was actually listening to what is it? Animal Crossing, like the soundtracks for Animal Crossing. And it's like the wet weather during the day soundtrack, and it's like there was like rain, and it's just like this tune that kind of, it's like monotonous, but not monotonous enough you get bored of it if you're doing something else. So that was nice. That kept me entertained, which was great. What else? And I also was listening to, like, it was like a video. It was like 75 minutes of Nintendo music, which is actually, keep me going throughout the afternoon. Not gonna lie, I hit 3 o'clock though, and I'm like, ooh, I really need to go to bed, which happens like every work day. So I mean, it's nothing new. But yeah, no, today was, started off rainy, ended up nice. I don't know why I'm telling you guys the weather, but hey, if you want to know what the weather's like in Christchurch in the middle of May, that's it's raining and sunny at the same time, all the time. Yeah, so that's pretty much been my week. Also, some big news, which is going to have a huge impact on my channel. Fingers crossed I can do it. Starting on Monday, which I honestly was not planning on doing this, but I knew about it for a really long time. I've been wanting to do one of these for a long time. It's a New Zealand project, and it's called 100 Days Project. And basically you sign up, and I don't know why you have to pay. You donate or you pay to participate, and it's a minimum of $15, which is fine. I'm more than happy to do that. I don't know what that cost goes to. I guess it goes into running the website and the organizers that do it. There's anyway, so you do something for 100 days, and I'm doing 100 days of vector art. So hashtag 100 days of vector art if you're wanting to find my stuff. And anyone across the world can enter it. So actually, by the time this video goes out, you might be out of luck unless you watch it the day it comes out. And they do these every maybe 6 months. So if you don't do this round, there'll be another round in 6 months or so. But I'm doing it, and I guess my hope is that if I do 100 days of vector art, that could be 100 videos. And it goes until August if it starts on Monday. So Monday the 22nd to August the 28th, I think it is. And I'm hoping that it'll be consistent content for you guys, and you can watch kind of my progress as if I do vector art every day. The thing is, if I'm doing it every day, it can't be a particularly intense piece, I guess you could say. So I have to do something that's probably quite simple. My boyfriend suggested that I do faces, but faces do take quite a bit of time, depending on how I do it. I was just thinking of characters, things that are pretty popular, so that when if people find my channel and they just want to, they see their favorite character and they want to see other things I've done, then that kind of draws them in. But if you have any suggestions of what things I can draw, that would be fantastic. I really don't know what I'm going to do. I have to do 100 days of it. So that's 100 vector drawings, one every day, and a video to go with it. So if I make them maybe like a 30-minute drawing, maybe 30 minutes to an hour of a drawing, and then a really quick 5-minute video, then that's kind of consistent, and I'm pretty sure I can keep it up. Just means other things are going to go on the back burner for a wee bit, but that is fine because that happens with everything, I guess. I guess if it becomes routine, then I can just kind of work around it and make it work for me, I guess. I'm so excited to do this because I've always wanted to do like a challenge that's quite big like this. And somebody did one. I think it was for the 100-day project, but they were 2 uni students that did. They worked on something for 100 days, and it's this kind of big quilt thing, and I can't explain it. It's really hard to explain. If I find it, I'll link it below. But basically, it's what they could have done in Illustrator or InDesign, where they use multiply of CMYK values, and you kind of get these mid-tones and things. And they did it with yarn. So basically, they stitched what they could have done with type on a computer. Does that make sense? It looks amazing, and it's just really cool to see that yes, you can do it on the computer in 5 minutes, but it looks stunning when you do it by hand, I guess. It's kind of a, what would you call it? It's like thanking the traditional skills, I guess. I don't know. It's hard to explain. But yeah, if I find it, I'll link it below and you guys can go check that out. But I'm pretty sure that was started by the 100-day project, or one of the contestants on the with this project. So yeah, so that's pretty cool. Some pretty cool things that you can do. That's about it from me, really. I mean, what have you guys been up to? Anything fantastic happening? Oh dear, it's getting late. It's actually not, it's only 7 o'clock, but I am so tired after this week. And I've got a really big weekend coming up because obviously I've got to do a lot of planning and things. So, yeah, just getting through it. I'm pretty sure the reason I'm so tired, or have been this tired this week, is because over the weekend I stayed up to about 3 o'clock on Friday night and Saturday night watching TV. And the first night was somewhat unintentional, and I was at a party with some friends, and basically we went to McDonald's and we didn't get home till about 3 o'clock. But the thing is, what happens is, with me, is that if I stay up late the night previously, then it kind of shifts my whole routine, and then I was up Saturday night just watching TV, and I was just not paying attention. By 2:30, 2:30, my boyfriend came in, he's like, you realize it's like 2:30 a.m.? And I'm like, oh, really? So I didn't get to bed till like 3 a.m. and then I had to get up early on Monday. So Sunday I was all over the place and had to go to bed early, and then it's just screwed up my whole sleep schedule. So I'm just hoping this weekend I can kind of fix things. I'm quite lucky though, because I don't have to be at work till about 10 o'clock. But the thing is, what happens is if I don't get there till 10, then it's kind of like I stay in bed later, and if I'm staying up later, then I don't get there till 11. Then by the time I don't get to work till 12 o'clock. And then I don't finish work till like 6 or 7 o'clock, which is I don't want to happen, because I like to have the evenings to do this kind of stuff. So if you're ever wondering what my life is like, now you know what my life is like. I'm really lucky with my job. I absolutely love my job. And the fact that I can just turn up, well, not really when I want. I still kind of have to be there within office hours. And it definitely helps me if I'm there during office hours. But it's quite flexible in that I don't have to be there at 9 o'clock. I can maybe turn up at 8:30 and then I can finish a wee bit earlier. Only problem is people will brief things in around 3 o'clock, so it kind of doesn't work out. It kind of actually works out better if I'm there a wee bit later, in case there's anything urgent that needs done, basically. So yeah. So how was I haven't even talked about this piece today. So we're about to get up to the piece where I basically change everything that's brown. Sorry, microphone. My microphone sits on these tiny little legs, and it's quite easy to push over. What was I going to say? So I changed everything that's brown into the lighter brown, because it was really overpowering the color or the palette that I was hoping to go for. The palette is quite cool, and this brown is very, very warm, and it just wasn't flowing. So what I ended up doing is I end up very soon, I'm pretty sure I go through all the colors, and I basically change them to the lighter color, which is actually on her flappy collar, I guess you call it. And it looks really, really nice once I do that. But I am like 100% procrastinating while I'm doing this. I really did not like the shape of that bag. And I do fix it, I think, now, and then I'm like, yeah, that looks much better. Which is why, if you're wondering why the other side's not done, it's because I wanted to get the other side looking good before I did so one side looking good, so that I can just copy and paste it to the other side without having to do too much work on it, because there's nothing more painful than flipping it and then changing one completely and then trying to match the changes. Well, I guess you could just copy and paste it again, but you have to, if they're all separate parts, you have to go through and delete everything. So, and I'm a procrastinator, so this is me procrastinating and not doing what I should be doing, which is just finishing the goddamn piece. I cut out so much of this because I was just procrastinating. I was actually watching something while I was doing this. You can tell because there's huge breaks in the video. So there was quite a bit of editing. Still managed to make 26 minutes out of this, 24 minutes. So when are we going to change the colors? Very soon. I promise you, it's gonna look amazing when I change the colors, and it makes me so much happier. And and that's pretty much this piece. Once this piece is done, that is, oh, it's done. Yeah. So once this piece is done, it's done. Well, obviously, but you know what I mean. We get to move on to something else. Yay! I'm so happy. A few of the pieces coming up that I'll do for speed draws will probably be some channel art stuff. I need to do a header for my YouTube channel, which I've been putting off for ages, and I need to start branding some other things. So with that is going to come a name change, which is going to go to pretty much how I've branded everything I have done since my graduation from uni. And I tossed up whether or not to name this channel that name, and I went with I'm Emily because I didn't want to, I wasn't sure what the channel was going to be at first and whether or not I was happy. I didn't want to put that name on this channel until I was really sure what the content was, but now I'm seeing that it's really going into the direction of kind of my changing colors. Looks so much nicer, trust me. You can see how it's all like done and stuff. Yeah, so I'm going to be changing the name of this channel. Don't know how I'm going to do it, but basically once the header changes, everything else is going to change with it. So, which is a bit of a shame because I like I Am Emily, but it's not me, I guess you could say. It's not the branding of myself that I want, I guess you could say. So, I'm looking forward to that, and I desperately need my website up and running, but my brother, who is a web developer, is really, really busy. He works over in London, so if he can squeeze in some time, which I'm not hopeful. Well, I know he'll do it, but I don't want to like push him or anything because obviously he's quite busy and I'm not paying him because he's my brother. But if I have to, I'll start paying him so he can get it done quicker. But I really need a website up and running so I can kind of collate everything and get everything in one place, which and I've got some really awesome ideas for a website that will be so much fun to do. And it will really tie in everything, I guess, and it's a place that people can kind of find everything that I do, because I do a real range of things. I mean, I'm a graphic designer at heart, and that's basically what I do for a living, and that's what I want to keep doing for a living. And I'm also an illustrator. I'm going to see a vector artist and things, so it'll just be a place where people can come and find me and my work and pictures from my Instagram, and they can contact me, email me, all those sorts of things, businessy type things, and find my YouTube channel and my videos as well. So it's kind of like a hub, I guess, and it'll be blogging, and I have lots of ideas for it, but yeah, I need to wait for him to help me out because I can't do it myself, which is a shame because if I had the skills I totally would do it, but he might be able to teach me so I can kind of get things up and running. I did a wee bit of, I've done HTML and I've done website design, but not functional website design. Does that make sense? So I've done designs before and I know how to design a website, but I don't know how to build a website. And there are some really good services you can use, kind of like Wix and things, which and Squarespace, they do all the developer stuff for you. You just have to design it, and it's really intuitive programs that basically say, when I put this object here, it's going to be there on the page, and it's going to have these links to it, yada yada. But those websites I'm not 100% happy with for various reasons, and I really want to have my own website designed and manufactured and designed and developed by myself and my brother, because I like to do quite complicated things, not overly complicated, but more complicated than those kind of websites can handle. But I definitely recommend, if you're someone who just wants a really simple website, Squarespace is a really good one. Wix is kind of like in between, I guess, but Wix has problems with like ownership, so I guess that's just my 2 cents. Yeah. Oh dear, what is happening? I forgot my water today. That is fine. So yeah, finishing touches. You're probably wondering why I'm going back and forth. I'm just getting the last few pieces done and getting the shadows right. And then we're going to do a quick background as well. So I played around with some few colors. I ended up going with the blue. And I absolutely love it when her hair looks amazing with all the colored outlines, how it goes like blue and red. I just really love how that looks. We have to finish off the skirt. And yeah, and I'm going to do some gradients for the background. I guess I'm not 100% happy with it because I would like it to be a little bit more detailed. But because we're dealing with fabric, it's really hard to get it to look right, I guess. I don't know, it's hard to explain. With her other one, It's mostly armor, and I was really happy with the way it turned out. And I don't know if it's just the style of it I really liked, or yeah, it's interesting. I do like this piece. I always liked the idea of this one. I always liked the look, the initial sketch that I did of this, but it didn't quite work out. And I tried doing folds in her arms and trying to make it a lot more complicated and a lot more detailed and realistic, but in the end it just looked like she had cuts on her arms and it just didn't look right. So nope, not doing that. But yeah, I think I'm happy with it. It's very flat, with a few shadows and things, but I think overall you get the idea. Yeah, I enjoy it. I enjoy it. I like it. I love her face. Her face it's probably the most fun part for me, is doing the face. And I do try to do, what have I done? I do try to do different faces, or I do try to make the face look like the character. Characters are quite hard though, because they're not real, obviously, and different people draw them and they look slightly different. Yeah. So yeah, final touches on the face and a few final touches on the drawing, so everything's in its right place. And then it is pretty much done once we get some gradients in there as well. And yeah, so I'm happy with the piece. I didn't use the colors I would have liked to have used. As in, it's still not... Oh, and I completely forgot her cape, by the way. It's still not... like, the palette is not obvious, I guess you could say. The original palette is not obviously been used. It's hard to explain. I guess there's too many browns in her outfit that some of those bluey tones get lost, but the bluey tones are definitely there in her little armor shoulder piece, and her gloves. Possibly I could have made them a lot brighter, perhaps, and that would have, or made some of the colors duller, or yeah, that's hard to... Yeah, I'm still getting used to palettes and things, especially with already distinguished characters, or already distinguished color palettes for a character, I guess. So Lightning's is obviously, she got the browns, and then she's got this red cape, and she's got very pastely hair, and then you try and pop a palette on top of that, and it just doesn't work, I guess, because the colors... yeah, it's hard to explain. The other one looks much better. I think you will, when I start to do gradients, you'll see the other one that I did. Sorry I didn't get it on camera, but now you probably know why, because these take so freaking long to do. Yeah, but you'll see in a second the other one that I did, and I really like the other one. That being 13.2 version of Lightning. But possibly because her outfit in that is very... it was a lot easier to manipulate to a color scheme, if that makes sense. It's all very grey, and it's all greys, and there's like maybe 2, possibly 3 or 4 colors, not even, yeah, there's very few colors, basically, is what I'm trying to say, that you can kind of mess with and things. I really like the purple. I don't know why I didn't keep it like this, to be perfectly honest, and I think it's because I just wanted to keep the original color scheme, and this was too warm. But I really like it, to be honest. I don't know why I didn't keep it like that. Yeah. Yeah, it was probably too warm, I think, was the problem. So this is the other piece that I did. And you can see I used a very, very interesting palette. Yeah, and I changed the colors and everything. It's gone. That was sad. It was there, now it's gone. So yeah, I play around with the gradient on this, and you'll see in a second what I finished off with. Okay, so we're just going to do some quick close-ups of the face, which I am super duper happy with. I love the face. I love her eyes, and I think that kind of really captures Lightning and her, I don't know, her ethereal essence, I guess. And then we're just doing a quick side of the sort of probably most detailed area, I guess you could say. I love that chest area and the armored plate, and just the bottom piece as well. Thanks so much for watching today, guys. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more later on, and hit the like button if you particularly like this video, and comment below if you have any suggestions. It really helps me out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!